Hey, what's going on, Life on Fire family? Nick Unsworth here, and I'm excited for this episode of Life on Fire TV. And you know what? I'm always fired up for every episode of Life on Fire TV, but this one you may have remembered Dr. Matt Hubbard from a previous episode. And what was awesome is that in that episode with Dr. Matt Hubbard, we went, behind the scenes, MTV Crib style, into his house, and I shared with you in that episode that Dr. Matt is who I'm modeling my life after. So in business, I'm all about taking clues from folks that are successful, reading books, and getting an idea of casting a vision of where I want to be in business. But isn't it good to do that also with your life? So, when I first met Dr. Matt and his wife Michaela, and Megan met Dr. Matt and his wife Michaela, we both independently came to the conclusion that we want to have our lives like theirs. How they have their marriage, their family, their work-life balance, and all the adventure that they go on and stuff. So I love Dr. Matt. He's a good friend, and what you're about to see is him rocking the stage at our big Ignite conference. And there's no way to convey the energy from the event on a video, but this is going to come close. So I'm excited for you to see this. He's going to rock the stage, and he is teaching about mindset, and he's teaching how to basically set your life on fire. He's got some very specific tactics, and he's got some incredible books. So definitely make sure that you catch this entire episode, because he's got some great resources for you as well. So enjoy. Hey, what's going on? Nick Unsworth here, and I'm a kick-ass business coach, and I'm on an absolute mission to help you find your purpose in life, to help you love what you do for work every single day, to help you be the rock star that you are meant to be, to make more money than you ever thought was possible, and to have more time freedom so you can actually enjoy the life that you're living. I'm here to help you set your life on fire. So here's what we got. Our next speaker is, this is really awesome to have him coming up on stage. What I love about Dr. Matt Hubbard is he's someone who Megan and I both independently are modeling. We'll be teaching a lot about modeling, about how to find someone that's doing what you want to do or has what you want to have, and how to learn from them. So Megan and I, when we first started dating, we both independently were like, we really want to have a family like theirs. Now, it's like what Ty was talking about. It was a really loving thing. It was like, it was inspirational, not envy. It was just like, we love seeing Dr. Matt and his wife and his little kids, and just seeing how much love they have, and just such a great family unit. And we're like, you know what? That's a life on fire. They've got a thriving business. They're crushing it at work. They're just there for their kids. They're traveling. It's not like when you have a baby, it's not like, oh, we can't do anything. Like, we're just stuck. It's like they were in Italy. They're doing all kinds of cool stuff, live a life of adventure. And so he's someone that Megan and I, we're literally modeling our marriage and life after. And actually, a little tidbit, we did premarital counseling with them. So they're just dear friends. They're people who we love doing life with. They're people that are a huge inspiration for us and the family that we're working on. And so Dr. Matt is also a top chiropractor. He has one of the most thriving chiropractic offices, and he has multiple offices here in California. He was the president of the California Chiropractic Association, and he's also just he is phenomenal when it comes to mindset and creating shifts in your life and in your business. Someone who I admire greatly. So I want you to get to your feet, give a huge, huge Life on Fire warm welcome to my main man, Dr. Matt Hubbard. Come on, get it up! Yeah! My man. Hold on. Oh, we did. Hey, come on now.
All right. Here we go. And you guys are awesome. No rhetorical there, huh? Thank you. Just lie to me while I'm up here. My mom did it for 20-something years, and it's worked so far. She told me I could do anything. Told me I was the greatest football player ever. I rode the bench for 3 years in high school. So literally, my mom purposely spoke life into me, and it does work because I believed her, like we all should. And I turned out okay. So didn't do well in football, but I didn't know Nick back then. So it's my Life on Fire jacket. It's going to rip it off up here, and then I spilled green juice on my shirt. So it's already started a little rough. But I want to know if Eric can get some pictures with me behind this booth, because I've had this fantasy of being a DJ my whole life. So I want to be like Tiesto, and just like this, you get it from behind me and the whole crowd. That'd be, sitting down might not work. Can you guys stand up for me so I can get a little Tiesto? Just pretend I'm rocking out right here. That's going on Instagram. Thank you, Nick Unsworth. Thank you. It's been a fantasy. My other fantasy, we got in a video where I had my fire. So we get a shot with the fire. It's fantastic. My other fantasy, we got a drum set. I could never do that. Could never do that. Okay. So you're wondering why I'm up here. So am I. So am I. So I wrote some notes. It's really just a thank you letter to Nick. Just because I know this is going to launch me into something big. No, really, those are my notes because I can get overly excited. I decided after hearing Ty Lopez, for the next just 20 minutes, I want to show a couple videos of his. Just because I didn't get the 4 M's. Did anybody get the 4 M's? Okay, good. So it's just because I was getting mic'd up. Okay. The 3, I know. We got to watch some videos later. We'll do it tonight in my room. So a couple things. I know, frivolous. But, I want to thank Nick because, let's all give it up for Nick Unsworth right now. Because I'll tell you what, I just met Nick, go to the same church, live in the same San Diego, which is pretty awesome anyways. And we were hanging out, and I was listening to his podcast, and then he came in as a client, and I'm like, man, I like this guy. He literally is living a life on fire. He's always positive, upbeat, and I love being in those circles of those people. And I am OCD about my time, about what I have to offer, and I want to add value to people's lives, and I can't add value to everybody's life, unfortunately, yet. That's why I'm here, not just to speak. I'm actually sitting right there. Probably, I'd love to compare notes at the end to see who took more notes, because I'm determined to be the best listener in the room. And that's why I'm here, not just to give a word. I'm here to receive so I can learn how to play a bigger game. But what I love about Nick is I had this, my mastermind. There's 4 or 5 of us, and we were all going to invite 2 people. And I was racking my brain who I wanted to invite to this Unbeatable Minds with Mark Divine. And, I told it, my buddy was telling me he's friends with Mark Divine, Navy SEAL. My brother's Navy SEAL, badass. And I wanted to be, I wanted to tell my brother pretty much I went through a program and don't cop attitude with me. I'm the older brother. Because I had this older brother thing going on until he went through Sears and Buds, and then I lost that edge. And it sucked ever since. So I'm trying to get that edge back with my brother, because I used to be able to look at him, and he'd know immediately, I'm not going to mess with my brother. He's older. And then afterwards, I remember one time we got in this argument. I'm like, don't make me. And I walked up. I'm like, don't make me do it. And he looked at me and he goes, bro, don't make me crush you. And I go, I'll be over here. But because I told Nick, I said, hey, man, I got a space. I'd love to bring you with me to this Unbeatable Minds. It's going to be maybe 30% working out and then 7% just how to strengthen our mind, and it's going to be sick. We're going to learn some strategies, and we're going to dominate. Okay. And so he goes, oh, I'm totally in. When is it? I'm like, man, it's up in Encinitas. So, it's just 2. We start at 3. We're done by 6 the next day, and we're going to come out there full charge, be ready to crush life. And he goes, oh, I'm in. He shows up. Has nothing. I'm like, bro, where's your bag? And he goes, oh, I'm just going to go home and sleep. I'm like, dude, once we start, you can't leave. He goes, I don't even have a toothbrush. And he goes, what is this, by the way? I'm like, honestly, I don't know. My buddy Steven invited me, chiropractors. And he goes, oh, all right. Okay, so we go. Mark Divine, the nicest smile on his face, is smiling at us. He goes, you guys ready? Yeah, we're going to do a little classroom. He goes, but first we're going to do a little workout. Let me tell you, it was the 30 minutes of hell where I actually thought for the first time in my life, maybe that's where I'd rather be right now. And we got demolished. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I haven't even started a relationship with this guy, Nick, yet, and I'm crushing him. And I look over, and he's smiling at me. I'm thinking to myself, oh, yeah, he hates me right now. So we went on. It wasn't 30% crushing. It was 90% physical crushing and 10% classroom. It was the most hell I've ever been through, and we're still friends. And I gotta tell you that as he has me over his back, and he was worried about his knee, he had a fireman carry me for a mile. And I still get invited to this event. If you don't believe in God, there's my God story right there, okay? So I have to give it up for Nick Unsworth because he showed up, he played big, he never quit. And let me tell you, there was a guy there that ripped out like 70 pull-ups. He was shredded. He did everything. Every time there was a WOD, this guy crushed it. He owned a he sold his company for $70 million. This guy was walking around, and I'm thinking to myself, I got to put up with this punk and watch him the whole time. And Nick and I were talking about him. And that guy at 4 a.m, when we got crushed in the water, folded like a deck chair and quit. Because of fear, or Felicia. And the rest of us made it. And I'm telling you, it was a pivotal moment for all of us just to realize what we could do and put our bodies through. And we've been forever friends since, and it's been a great journey, and I'm proud to be here. And I tell you, I want to give it up for one more thank you, and that's to you. And this isn't trite. You got to give yourself a round of applause right now. I'm serious. Because I know what it takes to put money, take time off, away from family, away from maybe you have another job, maybe just to follow a dream. And if you don't start honoring yourself, you're never going to get that breakthrough that you hope and desire to get when you're here, because we beat ourselves up so much. We're in this world that's constantly negative and beating us down. Why do you need yourself to beat yourself down? And so that's why every time you do something like this, you say yes, you sign up, you invest your money, you take time, you have to talk somebody into going. Maybe it's even yourself, and you get here. That's why I'm saying don't play half throttle, play full throttle. So I do want to bring some value to you, because I don't want to just get up here and pipe off about unbeatable minds. I mean, Mark Devine ought to thank me. But I want to talk about really what it's going to take. I get this box out for you because of some strategy. And the number one thing here that I want to make sure you guys get is that I took notes because I could talk about 100 different things, and we have an incredible speaker coming after me that's just going to crush. So I'm like a little volleyball player that's going to set him, and he's going to 6'6" giant spike this thing out of the room. And then tonight you're going to walk on glass, and then we're going to friggin' party like rock stars and play Prince or something. I don't know. But, you know, there's really 3 types of us right now. There's 3 types of us in this room. We're just tired of what we're doing, so we're looking for something. And maybe that's why you're here. Second type is you got one foot into what your life currently is, and we have another foot in a dream, and we haven't had the faith or the nudge, or Felicia is really heavy and holding us back, and we haven't had the breakthrough over here. Or there's the third person in the room, and that person is living a life on fire, but they know that there's untapped potential. And so if we're one of those 3 categories, we want to, number one, have a reality check. See, I'm in 2 pretty high-level masterminds that I get my butt kicked every weekend. And I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't have those masterminds and I didn't have those people speaking life into me all the time. I go to an awesome church that every Sunday I get slapped in the morning, and then I go back at night just so I can sustain myself the rest of the week, living on fire. Because we live in a world that we get slimed every week with other people's opinions, other people's problems. And how many ever feel like you've just thrown up on all the time? Yeah. Okay, there's 4 of you. That's great. The rest of you smell really nice. So my whole point, number 1, is have a reality check. Okay, the reality check is this. We do get thrown up on all the time. We do get slimed all the time. And if you aren't in an environment where you can constantly be pulled and have breakthrough, then you're going to be walking around slimy. And I don't hang out with slimy people, and I know you start to stink after a while, because I was one of them. And I started to make some decisions in my life that, you know what, no, I'm going to find out what are my core values, what do I truly believe about who I can be, and I'm going to start living a life on fire before I knew Nick. And I drew a line in the sand, and I said, I want to live an epic life. So I started flying around the country, finding people that lived epic lives in my own profession, which there wasn't a lot. But I believe in what I do so much. You know, people sell, you know, in San Diego, they know that, you know, they call me a crack dealer. I have the best crack in town. But that's a joke, people. I don't really sell crack. Wow. Michael, I'm trying to warm them up for you, brother. I'm sorry. Yeah, you know, but I like to say I'm a hope dealer. I just sit and talk to people while they're on my table and deliver hope every single day. And so as we deliver that hope, I get to hear things all the time about where people are at. And you know me, people need the talent that you got. You know that's why you're here. You're here to get unlocked and to get pushed over the other edge so you can take your talent and start maximizing it and unlocking the people that are stuck. Because guess what? The people that are stuck, you know where they're at? They're not here. You are just one step ahead of them or 100 steps ahead of them. But I don't care, as Nick said, if you're in front of them, you can lead them. You are all leaders because, one, you're making the investment in yourself to be here. But you have to believe it. So what does it take? So I just want to give you what I've learned and what I take real quick is when you got to get real. A lot of people just lie to themselves every day. That's why they have AA meetings. First step is acknowledging you're an alcoholic. Well, we're not having one of those, but the first step is just acknowledging, all right, there is a burning desire on the inside of me and I need help. That's number one. You got to acknowledge it. Number two is you got to find your tribe. Whether it's a Life on Fire, whether it's EOF, whether it's another mastermind, whatever it is, you got to find your tribe. You're going to hear another guy speak after me. He's got his tribe. We got to belong to a tribe because that's what's going to keep you going in the morning. My brother in the Navy, high elite officer, badass, 3 bronze medals. I look up to him like crazy. Guy puts his life on the line all the time, has a young family, and it was sad having him for Christmas because, he gave me his trust and his will just in case. I'm like, that is a weird conversation to have, but it was a reality check. And my brother's willing to lay it on the line. But he told me, he's like, oh, don't worry about it. I got a brotherhood that people couldn't pay to get into. And he knows that they would never leave him behind. And it just made me think of, that's really what a tribe is. We got to find our tribe that won't let you, when you're feeling down, stay down very long and lift you up and kick you in the butt when you need to be kicked in the butt to give you the momentum when you're feeling sorry. Like, who can you dial right now that you can count on that's going to give you the word you need to get up in the morning? Because I don't care how motivated you are. There's days I've never gone to my office and ever regretted it or didn't want to. I jump out of bed. The first time I ever consciously thought about not going to my office is because I have a little 3-year-old girl and I get choked up thinking about her. And she goes, Daddy, I just want to cuddle. 2 more minutes. And I thought to myself, I own my own business. Why don't I just stay home and cuddle all day with you? But then I realized I have a responsibility. And if I'm going to go on the mission, then I just need to get out of it. But I still have friends that will whoop me in the butt when I'm tired, when I'm not feeling like it, and we all need it. And you don't want to isolate yourself ever. And that's what it takes. So find your tribe. Discover your plan. Maybe that's why you're here. You want to discover your plan, whether it's on whatever it is. Maybe you're going to hang out with some. Maybe you're going to get a lot out of this whole weekend. But then tonight, talking to somebody, you're going to discover your plan. You're going to discover who you are and what you're called to do. And the fourth one is execute your plan. What does it take to execute a plan? If you don't know how, there's power in the room. Groupthink, they took this MIT, they took the best graduate from MIT, they took one from Harvard Business School and one from Wharton College. They put them in a room and they gave them a problem. Then they took the California UC system and they took B students and they put 5 of them from 3 different colleges in a room. So there's a total 3 of one-on-ones of the brightest minds of the brightest business schools and 3 of a collective UC schools, and they put them in different rooms. The groups of 3 different groups of 5 people from the UC system, average grades, they finished their problem solving in 20 hours faster than the 3 left alone. There's power in this room. Don't go up to your room and hang out by yourself. Go grab a beer with somebody. Go hang out with somebody. If you isolate yourself, you're not going to live in your calling and where you should be. People will unlock you. And this is serendipity, destiny, whatever it is. You might be sitting next to somebody that could end up your wife or spouse or whatever. You never know. I've been in seminars before where I've seen people get connected. That doesn't mean get connected tonight just because you firewalked and you got all excited. Like, oh my God, did you see that guy walk across the glass? That was amazing. Did you see his feet? They were sexy. Oh my gosh. All right, so I want to give you some other things too. Here's where the things that's going to happen, and I wrote this down. Honor the space between the no longer you and the not you yet. You got to honor it. Because if you don't honor it, you're going to have this gap. And that's where you beat yourself up. And to my first point, get real. know there's a gap. I'm all about fake it till you make it. You know, I live there a lot, actually. And it's funny, one day I make it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I faked it so well. But I tell you that because I want to get you to a place where you honor where you're at and you're okay with it and you're right on. And you know what we do? I write down my accomplishments all the time, okay? I got through LA traffic today, okay? I was out of gas in my car and I pulled off Crenshaw. Didn't know I wasn't really supposed to get off in Crenshaw. No big deal. I had a nice gentleman tell me, because when I'm getting gas, he goes, boy, what you doing? Nothing, I'm getting gas. What you doing driving that car? I'm just going to seminar, sir. Good. Shouldn't be driving that car, boy. Okay. It's good gas mileage. He goes, you know that's a black man's whip. I look at him, I'm like, I didn't know that. He goes, that's what BMW stands for. Yes, sir. I thought it was a brother man's whip, and I'm a brother. I'm a brother man. And he looked at me and goes, oh, that's funny. Nice watch. Get out of here, boy. I'm like, oh my gosh. GPS. It was so funny. I got in the car and adrenaline rush. Who needs coffee? Crenshaw. Get it 7-Eleven. It was pretty funny. I don't know the point to that, but it's honor yourself. Okay. So 3 things. Seed or soil. Seed versus soil. Okay, an orange seed is an orange seed is an orange seed. Does it grow in Colorado or California? California. Okay, where else does it grow? Florida. Why? Sunshine. Exactly. It's the environment that seed is put in, whether you're going to get a harvest or not. What soil are you planting your seeds? Because the seed is good, my friends. You are the seed. You were created for a purpose. You are good seed. Find the soil that you can flourish. Get around people that can water you and stay in sunshine all the time. My point to stay in the sunshine all the time, it's mindset. It's mindset. I wrote my mastery cards for no one else but me. And then people kept stealing them. So now I just print them for everybody. But they're my cards that I wake up to, that I declare what my day is going to be. Because how many know that we can have stinking thinking in the morning? Hey, anybody that wins Powerball is going to have some positive thoughts, okay? I was having positive thoughts just thinking about winning Powerball, okay? I live in a perpetual Powerball non-reality, but I'm positively stoked about it. Okay, that's where we all need to be. And if you can't get there, control your mind. Take every thought captive. Do whatever it takes to clean this up, because this is the soil that's going to dictate and throw you off. How do I know? Right here. Read this book, Spark, The New Science of Exercise and the Brain. Okay? This is by John Ratty, MD. Okay, I just want to give you some books. Biology of Belief, right here. One of my legends and mentors, Bruce Lipton. What you think about, you bring about. He wrote this over almost 20 years ago, and he was kicked out of the biology world. They almost disavowed him. They said, you are pseudoscience. Now, he's the authority. You are the placebo. What do all these books have in common? Quit blaming everybody else. Don't be a victim. Be a victor. You are the placebo. If you think you can, you will. You must, you can, I will today. You crush it. Change your mindset. Joe Dispenza. Let me help you. Who switched off my brain? I don't know, because I don't hang out with you. But this is Dr. Carolyn Leaf. Unbelievable. What does it say? She talks about your brain and your nervous system, and you lay down new pathways every single day. And then thank God, because that book was so good, she came out with another one. Switch on your brain. Thank you. Because I'm tired about worrying who switched off my brain. But if you keep going back and hanging out with the same people, guess what? They're going to switch your brain off. And then you're going to have to pick up her book again and switch it back on, and it gets tiring. You know why I know? I lived there. And then when I drew a circle and I said, these are my friends. This is my tribe. This is who I hang out with. And I will not tolerate these things in my life. And I wrote a list and I gave it to all my friends. All of them. And I looked like that guy. That guy. And you know what? I've never been the same friend, the same since, because I stopped going to Tuesdays for Swami's burritos with all my negative friends. And they all thought I was a jerk. And one by one, they quit going to that meeting because all it was a puke session. And I got off who switched off my brain. I started turning on my own brain and declaring who I was and what I was going to do and how I was going to leave a legacy. And it's not about what I'm doing today. It's about my name and what it means in 100 years from now. And will they still talk about me? What will my kids say about me? What will my grandkids, what will my great-grandkids know about their daddy? That's what drives me. Switch on your brain. What I love about her, she gave a 21 brain detox plan. This is tangible, people. If you don't believe it, that's not my problem. Dr. Carolyn Leaf. So that's mindset. On your cards, or you should have cards passed out or somewhere near you, it's a breathing exercise. Joe Dispenza talks about meditation. With 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, I can't lead you through it. Mark Divine said, the reason why he crushed buds, the reason why he dominated buds was because he would get centered and he meditated his way through it. And he taught us this breathing technique, which Joe Dispenza, in his book, You Are the Placebo, goes into. If you don't know how to breathe and meditate, you will lose your focus and you'll get off track. This is how you rewire your brain. Every single day, you sit and you meditate. You can do it in 10 minutes. You can do it in 5 minutes. You can do it in 1 minute. Get control of your breathing. Do that exercise. Do it every day. Watch the new thoughts that come to you. It detoxes your brain because you give it oxygen. And oxygen is the fuel that will feed you to stay focused long enough to have your victory. That's good stuff. Enjoy it. There's some stuff on the back. If you guys want an app on your phone, on the back of that little card, I put the phone app. It is incredible. There also is a mindset, the book Unbeatable Minds, where he goes through and talks about all the different ways that you can learn how to breathe. And there's different breathing techniques for about 10 different opportunities that you might find yourself in. If you're being shot at, there's one too, if you're on Crenshaw. Second thing, as I wrap this thing, is accountability. Who's in your room? And we talked about that with the tribe. But it's so important to know. That's why I love seeing all the miracles and the breakthroughs and all the people sharing their stories. And if you don't think it's a big deal, when you see people set free and broken off the ball and chain because of programs like Life on Fire, I'll do whatever it takes to get as many friends to a program like this as possible, because you start dreaming again. And then when you have accountability, it's the number one thing that cuts off dreams at the root. You got to have accountability. Michael Burnoff's about to get up here, and I went through his accountability call to action program, and I'm just not the full program. I went through just his workbook. I was like, if I would have had this when I was 18, it would have forever changed my life. But it's never too late. I just have to work a little harder. I look a little bit beat up. That's why I don't even like it when you mention, California Chiropractic Association. I got all my gray hair, my face fell off. It sucked. But that's okay. Now I have good accountability. I'm getting back on track. I'm getting facials. Thanks for noticing. Just had a peel. That's why I look a little rough today, but that's okay. I'm getting to my sensitive side. But accountability is key for your breakthrough. You have to have a minimum of 3 people that can call you out. And I literally give permission for people to call me out. I have 3 people in my life that I give permission. How many know that people love giving advice? Nick got a lot of bad advice in a lot of his businesses. I don't take advice from anybody. Hey, anybody can pray for me. Anybody can well wish. They can do what they can write me Facebook, whatever you want. I'll take all those. But I'm gonna let 3 people speak into my life because I gave them permission to. And I'm gonna listen to them. And even when I don't like it, I'm going to listen to it. Where 2 or more gather and 2 people are giving me advice, maybe on a dumbass move I'm doing, I will listen to them because I gave them the permission. They care about me. They're not jealous. They're not envy. There's no strategy. There's no side note. They believe in me. I've given them permission. I would be an idiot. How many of you have had the friend that's dating the train wreck? And you're like, bro, you're dating a train wreck. We got to break up with her. And they don't do it. But they've said, man, if I ever meet a train wreck and I start dating them, bro, you got to tell me. And then I tell them and they go, dude, don't be that guy. You want to be invited to my wedding? And the last one is correctability. And I'm finishing right now. Don't worry, Nick. Don't kick me off. Here we go. Correctability, people. This is it. When I came up here and I got off the road, she said, make a left. Make a U-turn. You're an idiot. You're going the wrong way. I didn't get upset. I didn't throw my phone. I didn't throw it out the window. I didn't get pissed off. Oh my gosh, thank you for getting me out of Crenshaw fast. And I was glorious. But then how come we'll hire a coach and we'll get all bent out of shape, we'll get offended. Someone tells us to do something we don't like, then we're like, oh, that didn't work for me. Well, you hired them, you were pumped on them, they gave you all this good advice, but yet the minute they told you suck at this, you got all offended. How coachable are you? How correctable are you? If you gave someone the keys, why are you trying to take them back when you're about to hit breakthrough? All comfort, all breakthrough happens at the end of your comfort zone. If you get uncomfortable, it will be the greatest day of your life. I love being uncomfortable. I love sweating, knowing I'm about to get my biggest breakthrough. And the minute I feel that perturbation where 2 cells divide and they'll never go back again because 2 go to 4 and 4 go to 6, and thank God we're here. And don't think you can't do it. Don't think you're not competitive. Don't stop believing in yourself, because the first race you ever entered when you were a sperm, you won that race. And there was a million swimming against you. Straight up telling you the truth. You had a million swimmers and you won the first race. And then why did we check ourselves out the rest of our life? You are here for a reason. You were born for a reason. You're sitting in this room not by accident. You're here. It's serendipity. Get unlocked this weekend. You walk around that flipping glass. We break a board. We celebrate tonight. We wake up tomorrow. And tomorrow is the meat and potatoes that will change our life forever. You guys with me? Let's give it up for the next speaker. Give it up.
Let's get it now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's give it up for Dr. Matt. Come on. Awesome. Woo! All right, so he dropped a lot of books. I mean, I don't even know how many books he dropped. I thought he was going to drop the mic, but he just dropped books. But what I want to suggest is you go to lifeonfire.com, because if you want to get a list of all those books, if you want to get the notes, just like any episode, we have all the resources there. And then I just want to encourage you to comment, interact, come say what's up. We are all over social media, whether you're on Twitter, whether you're on YouTube, but just say what's up. Ask questions. Let us help you set your business and life on fire and interact. So we're very grateful for any time that you hit that share button and share up our content with others. And I can't wait to see you on the next episode of Life on Fire TV. I'm here to help you set your life on fire.